and welcome to the show. We are here on GTA 5 today with some rather interesting tracks. We have two of these circuits for you. This is a Race of Champions style circuit. So you have the split route. You start on either side and you go racing around. Grid shenanigans are less, shall we say here, by virtue of, well, we're a little bit penned in. I'm not quite sure. I guess we're going to stop. I mean, that's not quite worked, has it? 10 out of 10 for effort on grid shenanigans on a track that's very difficult to do grid shenanigans on. You might have some fun trying to get back onto the circuit. They're going to try to start 3 wide on the other side of the course. Oh, they have actually made it back here as well when they bumped into everybody. Shall we begin the race? And we're 3 wide on our side already as well. This can only go spectacularly well. So, of course, being a kind of split route, we're only really racing half of the cars at one time, which makes things interesting. But of course, you're racing half the vehicles on the circuit, but there's a little bit of lag has gone on there. We've got us connected, and we've both been spat out again. Yeah, you might only be racing half of the cars. Oh, Scotty fell over the barrier off the tunnel. Yeah, you might only be racing half of the vehicles, like, technically on circuit, but of course you will be overall. You don't really want to be losing time. There are all sorts of hazards around this one, including a water hazard that I maybe would jump over next time. Yeah, if the water, because the water levels move in this. If the water levels are high, you are quicker going to the jump. If the water levels are low, you're quicker going through the water. But you don't know what it is until you arrive at it. So you kind of have to make a judgment call already. You probably, in general, lose less time going for the jump. Oh. We actually got through that water quite nicely. The trucks, we've got the Desert Raid and the Trophy truck. They are identical pretty much as far as I'm aware. Oh, that's... I love how, like, the initial contact was tiny, and then the game decided, no, it should become a much bigger contact. We've straightened the car up again. Are we leading the side? Are we leading our side? No, we're not. I was going to say, we surely should be miles back because we had a crash early on. Catch-up is also going to be weird on this, by virtue of, I mean... sometimes you're leading, sometimes you're not. It's a little bit funky. So yeah, we might struggle to make up too much ground. We'll have to wait and see really how things go. Oh, I didn't want to go that way. I thought I could try to avoid the bumps, and then I realised they also realised we might try and avoid the bumps. That was a weird sentence, a bad sentence, but... Oh no, that's a really bad water section for me. Twisty just flew through that. I don't know how on earth they got away with that one. Well played. Slash, good, well lucked. Might be a bit of that involved as well. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is a bit of different sort of racing, not really necessarily the sort of racing that GTA 5 was intended for, but it's really cool, actually. I really like it. Oh, there was a lot of panic going on there, as I very nearly murdered the back of Gliska. I'll say Stinty is leading on our side. Now, what Stinty doesn't really want us to be this far back, because Stinty wants someone to work with. Ideally, you want to have 2 cars break away at the front, because you can kind of work together, you can slipstream pull each other around, and then you can beat the other side of the road. Now, we're coming up towards the end of our first lap here, so we will get to see how we are in relation. So Stinty is miles out in front overall, it would seem. I am about 6 as we run along. Stevie is ahead of us on the other side of the track. It is really cool. I love these. Like, balance-wise between the laps, I'm not sure quite on the time, but if it is an even number of laps, it doesn't really matter all too much. So Twisty is preferring the non-jump route. Gliska has taken the jump route and made a mistake. Gliska's off. That is the downside. So the jump is slightly quicker, but it is risky. There is a big inherent risk with taking the jump that you can fall off. We saw Scotty fell off on the first lap. Gliska's got off on this lap. Yeah, if you don't get the trucks lined up perfectly. Now, I am not risking the water this time around. I learnt my lesson from previous one. By the looks of it, Stinty got through relatively cleanly this time. So, obviously the water level was a bit lower on here. These vehicles, as I'm literally about to say, these vehicles are not too bad on those sort of little motocross bumps. However, Twisty then proved me wrong. God damn it. That's not what I needed, really. What I was going to say is there is a trick to it as well that can help you along, basically. If you pull back on the analog stick, basically, like the second you hit a jump, if you're pulling back on the analog stick when you go towards it, the front starts to lift up ever so slightly because you've got in-air control on GTA 5. So, basically, when you come towards that section, you want to be pull back on the stick and you will probably do okay. We've got like the whole Stinty is so far away in this one at the moment. Wheel-to-wheel racing itself is more difficult on this sort of track. It's kind of to be expected. Not only is it very narrow, and that generally makes it quite difficult to pass, but just the nature of the circuit and the way you get spread out a bit does make it more difficult. But yeah, I mean, we still got bounced around a little bit there, but yeah, it's kind of just pull back on the stick and hope. Oh god, that water section. I do apologise, Twisty. I didn't mean to like block you in there. I just can't seem to get that section right. That one's got no speed through. Any chance we have of trying to catch up to Stinty seems to go as soon as we clonk our way into the water. Although, Stinty didn't really jump very far up here. But I guess you don't really need to. They might have made a mistake on the wall. This is good news, especially if me and Twisty can now work together. Slipstream teamwork, it is needed. There's one more lap to go in this. Well, technically, that's 2 times. One more complete lap, 2 sort of circuits around these different laps. You know what I mean. I was trying to make that too complicated than it really needed to be. There is just one more time around. We're going to throw that up the inside. We do get it stopped. Now, slipstream to the line. Ooh, it's really close. Crow and Ninetails are working well together over there because they've caught up massively to Stinty. Although they've had an accident. Well, again, the curse of the commentator has been incredibly strong today. We praise drivers for working well together. They fall off. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's 3 for 3 so far. 3 different trucks have fallen off on that jump. Oh, no. I thought I was going to land on Stinty in that one. It looked to me like I was about to be in a world of pain. And we got away with it. Oh, I think the water level was low down there. I should have stayed. Although Stinty also took the mega jump. So no one really gained anything there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We have the lead, though. Well, we have the lead for this side of the track. We know Crow and Ninetails had an accident on the start-finish line. Ooh, the water level is low down here. That's really helpful. It was as it was kind of coming across. Stinty didn't really get too affected by it, though. So it's all been relatively even so far. The problem is the water section that always seems to screw me is about to appear. I wonder if I can do anything about it this time around. I don't know how. No idea how. So, we are going to head around here. Stinty is in the draft. So, Ninetails and Crow have actually got away. Whoa! That's GTA nonsense. I'm sorry again. I say sorry. I had to get the truck moving. Stinty hit the dead back of my truck and it put me a 90-degree angle. If ever you need an explanation of why we complain about GTA 5 physics, that is why. Right there. I should probably have actually moved and we'd had some slipstream teamwork going on. Might have been a good idea. Say if I thought about it. Ooh, no, we got a bit better through there. The water's just cleared now. Like, Stinty even had a worse time. I definitely think jumping to the right was a slightly better way to go there, if you can. It probably changes depending on what the water is doing. GTA 5 water is surprisingly detailed for something that doesn't really get used all that often. A little bit of a shame. We've tried to do boat racing, but it's kind of... I don't know, it's kind of difficult to get the boat racing to work. However, the water physics themselves are actually really cool. Probably one of the most detailed water physics, outside very specific like sailing games and whatnot. It's probably one of the more detailed water physics edges. It just doesn't ever get really used that much. We're heading up towards the run to the finish line. I don't know where we're going to be in relation to everybody. We just don't have a clue at this moment in time as we round the final corner. I can see them in the other side. Ninetails is there. Ninetails and I think it's Childish are there. We are going to take victory in the first race. I think there may have been a crash on the other side of the track as well on that final lap. I don't know where Crow ended up, who was fighting with them. Yeah, Crow ended up a long way down, which suggests there may well have been a crash somewhere around that lap. We do take victory in the end. A little bit unfortunate, a little bit scruffy right at the end there, which is the final lap, which is a little bit of a shame. However, we came out of it relatively well. Stinty still got 4th, but there we have it. The first of the Race of Champions style split routes will be a victory to me. Fingers crossed we can keep this level of performance up. So, for our second race around a different version of the stunt tracks. I've gone for the Desert Raid truck this time. I thought we'd mix it up a little bit. Fingers crossed we can have a similar level of success. We've got Bumblebee coloured area this time around. Sure. Again, it's along similar lines, this track. Different layout, of course, but we have similar sort of obstacles. There's water to contend with that I might have done well at avoiding. Not quite. Actually, we have got through that one quite nicely. We've got various bumps and jumps to try and not fall over. I'm hoping we can have some teamwork here. Oh, that's a tight corner. Oh, I believe there are a couple of places on this layout that can be just a smidge. So there's a couple of places where you might just be able to jump over the barrier. You've got to be a little careful with some of them. But as well as when you have these kind of ramps. Oh, there's a very, very big jump for the other side of the track. I think it's the other side. Oh, and don't go underneath that wall. There's stuff to be careful with, basically. There's little bits you got to watch out for. Oh, is it us? Oh, it's us that have the big jump. Okay, sure. Aerial overtakes are very, very possible here. Whoa, aerial comings together. Well, it went a lot worse for the green truck than it did for me. There was a little bit of a tangle, however, like it didn't really affect me all that much. Green truck's down. We are going to take the lead for this moment in time. Where are we going to be in relation to the other side? Now, of course, this is less important, or it's less informative. You've only completed half a lap. We've got Liam with us. It looks like Ninetales has been spawned on the other side again. Oh, I was trying to do a little bit of curb boost. Just asked too much. I didn't know what way I was going either. Me and Liam did exactly the same thing. I don't think it was part of like the instinct of seeing like the other side of the track go left, and it's just that's almost like driving instinct that we're following the other cars with racing. We would see Ninetales and we saw them turn left, and just that bit of our brain decided it wanted to go left rather than the actual direction our track went in. It's not the cleverest thing we've ever done, but I think that is what happened. Anyway, yes, if me and Liam work well together here, Ninetales doesn't have a slipstream partner at the moment, so I am kind of more than happy really to just... I'll go on the brakes. Now, I know this is going to balls up slightly the jump. Neither of us actually got that jump very well. I went on the brakes because I didn't want to clonk into the back of Liam in the air. Basically, I figured that if we could avoid hitting the back of Liam's car in the air, that would probably go well for us. Or better for us, at least. Oh, I wasn't pulling back on the stick, so naturally the truck got very, very jittery. Straighten the vehicle up for the jump. You've really got to make sure... that's a lot of airtime. That's a lot of laggy, bouncy airtime. I don't quite know where that truck is. There's quite a few of these jumps. You've really got to make sure... It's not so much that your truck is straight on the approach to the jump, but you've really got to make sure that it's going to be... that it's centered for the landing area of the jump, basically. I think we're going to have to... We're going to work together. Oh, okay, so Ninetales does have a friend. Ninetales does have a slipstream partner. I think it might be Crow or Stinty. It was a bright bluish sort of vehicle. Could have been the offensive blue, could have been the purple. Not sure. So there is two of them working together on that side, and there's me and Liam on this side. I mean, this is probably what it's going to come down to. This is what can happen. This is the downside with the split routes. As awesome as they are, I mean, these are fantastic looking circuits, don't get me wrong. Really cool, like stadium style things. But the downside can be that you get pairs run away on each side. And because catch-up isn't consistent by virtue of being in different positions around different parts of the lap and whatnot, you generally find once a pair gets away, if they don't make any mistakes, they're probably not going to be caught. So it does become a bit more of a spread-out race. We've got past Liam just as we go towards the jump. In fact, Liam's going to use the curve, doesn't even need to use the slipstream to get past. Liam will retake that position. That's fine by me. I mean, it's all going to come down to, at the moment, we're at the stage of we're just going to race, we're just going to try and go as fast as we can. Our race is more against the other side of the track than each other here. You know, we're trying to work together to beat the other side of the track, which I think we are ahead of. Not by much, but we are ahead of. Oh, there was a little bump. Oh, so sketchy. I would not do that often. I trust Liam not to do anything stupid on that one, because that was literally, there was a little gap, there was a millimetre's worth of space, and I will put my truck in that millimetre's worth of space. All of that. Christ, that is sketchy. Because if that got wrong, I would have turned my truck across the nose of the grey truck, and that's not what you want. We will have a little lift and fall back into line through there. Now, can we do anything? Well, you can actually sneak down the outside of those bumps on this one. However, Let's say, do we really need to? Does it really make much of a difference? Probably not. This time we're a little further back. We're both a little wonky on that flight path. I think we might have clipped the barrier. No massive time was lost, thankfully, in all of that for anyone, basically. We should still be good when we're comparing to the other side of the track. We're going to get a very big run here. I almost don't want to use it too much, because I'll do that. Oh, good recovery, Christ. I tried when I saw how much of a run. Like, I wanted a good run just because I wanted to be able to catch up a little bit. But when I just realised how much of a good run I was getting there, that was asking for trouble. Now, we are actually a long way ahead of the other side. Me and Liam are doing this almost perfectly. We had a little tangle there in mid-air. It is going to... I mean, for this, like half of the lap, we are going to continue as we were, basically. For this half of the lap, it's going to be a case of just slipstream. I'll get past there because I've got a better line through the water, and just continue to work together. And then the final half of the lap is going to be then a battle for the win. Like, this is the calm. This is the calm when we're trying to beat the other team, kind of the other team. I know it's not technically a team race, but still. And then there will be the try to win the race overall moment. Well, it might happen a little bit. With the gap that we have, it might happen a little bit now. Maybe. Just a smidge along. Not going to do anything there. It's not worth it. In fact, it's almost not worth it sometimes overtaking on this corner. By virtue of you can just get a big slipstream pull. And we'll get to the inside through here. If you time it right, you can actually do that jump with a big aerial overtake, which is cool, but risky. We've already seen how badly these vehicles deal with mid-air contact. Well, every vehicle deals with mid-air contact pretty badly, I'll be honest. It's not really something you want to go for if you can avoid it. Oh, almost. Almost. Right, here we go. So Liam's going to go for a little bit of a curb. Nudge. We will slingshot our way past, and that will put us into the lead as we start the final half of the final lap. And now all niceties are probably going to be gone. I mean, you know, general racing respect will still be there. However, this is now not teamwork related. This is now try and beat your opponent time. This is when we crash into one another on the other side of the track wins, despite the fact we've dominated this race. That would be a very FailRacey thing to do. I'm going to try and not do that. We're both going to try and not do that, I hope. Across the bumps we go. We've got to the inside here. Oh no, I'm going to be forced to take the water, I think, because I don't really want to try and fit 2 trucks wide up that jump. Oh! Liam's fallen over. Liam landed on the roof. It's gone wrong. It has gone wrong. I didn't know where Liam was going. I didn't know where that car was going to come down. I had no idea it was going to land on the roof. I was just trying to get out of the water. Stinty's actually caught us in all of this. Could there be a twist in the tail? Could there be? Are we going to be far enough away for that to avoid the slipstream toe to the line? Oh, Liam's got a massive run at the moment. This isn't good. This isn't good for me at all. Oh, no. We've actually got that corner all sorts of wrong. Oh, no. Come back here, slipstream. Come on, draft. Come on, draft. We're going to need every little bit of draft we can get here. It's going to be mega close. I think we're going to do it just ahead of Liam. I think Stinty got third, but was very close. I presume we've won. I don't actually know if anyone on the other side finished. I was busy watching my own little race. Oh, what a battle. What a battle. We take victory over Liam. Stinty got right there as well. Gliska, I think, might have been on the other side with Nine Tails. They were not far behind either, actually. I wasn't even looking. I couldn't see the other side of the track. Oh, that was a fantastic final couple of laps there. Bloody hell. Good racing indeed. I really like these circuits. They're fantastic fun. They are something a little bit different, and sometimes the races are a little bit duller for a while. That got quite exciting by the end. But yeah, these are great tracks. Very, very well made. Or very sort of stylish to look at and so on. Thank you very much to Slickshift for building these tracks. And of course, thank you all very much for watching, because that is going to be it for today. Until next time, goodbye.